Magic is the bloodstream of the universe. The power to control the world is in which finger?
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing something that is very near and dear to my heart. We are actually going to be taking a little peek-see over there at a little slice of my Willow collection. Growing up, Willow was definitely one of my favorite movies, and to this day it still is. It's definitely one of my top 10. It's a 1988 epic fantasy story from the mind of George Lucas and directed by Ron Howard with gorgeous music from James Horner. We follow Willow, a Nelwyn farmer with an interest in sorcery who is whisked away on an adventure to protect a very special baby who has taken a liking to him. Along the way, he encounters dakinis, aka humans, brownies, fairies, magic, beasts, and makes a few friends along the way.
Excuse me, are we having a party?
This movie is full of adventure, comedy, whimsy, and if you enjoy movies like, Legend, The Dark Crystal, The Princess Bride, heck, even Lord of the Rings, etc., I'm sure you'll really enjoy this one. Back in the day, this movie wasn't a complete flop in the theaters, but it didn't get the greatest reception, therefore accruing a cult following. But with the rise of such epics like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and even the younger generation, kind of the potheads nowadays, are rediscovering this classic that may have actually set the precedent for their favorite modern day fantasy films. So it may not look like much, but these are the Willow items that I have managed to gather through things like, eBay, just making myself, through the garage sales, and even toy shows. The main Willow toy line by Tonka in 1988 is notorious for being one of the worst toy lines in toy history, and that's why it's kind of sometimes one of the most sought after toy lines. And the majority of this horrible toy line are these tiny little Warhammer-esque figures. They're these tiny little sculpted figures, they have a really shitty sculpt job, no articulation whatsoever, and they're very, very just bad in general, and they're like this big. And as an outlier to this really, really bad toy line is this Eborsisk figure, this two-headed dragon beast figure that shows up in the Willow movie. And if we look here on the bottom, it says Tonka Lucasfilm 1988. So this whole thing is very rubbery, very squishy all the way around, no very hard parts or anything. It's completely consistent all the way around. And also it does have this kind of soft velvet fur up here, almost kind of like a fake moss almost. Just by looking at this figure, you go, wow, what a great job they did with this toy. They must have nailed it with their other toys, but no, all their other toys are really, really crappy and very, very dumb. So this is by far the best thing to come out of that toy line. So if you look here on the detail, we have like these little legs here at the back. He's got a little tail. He's all squishy with these two really nice big legs here that can articulate and swivel here on this joint, both of them. These two long necks here that do move completely 360 degrees around, and so does this guy as well. Have a little bit of shading here of red going up to right underneath his mouth, and kind of this big kind of a mouth sack on the bottom here with these big cheeks. I always thought this was such a cool beast in the movie. I really, really liked it. So I'm so happy to finally get this toy. It's just a really great figure, and it's such a shame that they didn't put this level of detail and effort into the rest of their toy line, and it sadly kind of ended with this guy right here. Whoops, I think I got this on auction. I forgot how much I paid for it. I think it was like $60 US on auction plus shipping and whatnot, so it wasn't the most cheapest thing, but I really, really wanted to get it, and I absolutely love it. I'm really happy I got it. So I am always on the lookout on eBay to get a complete set of those little crappy Tonka figures. I just haven't found a listing that kind of has the entire set of figures within my price range that I'm willing to pay for these not so great figures. So I'm always on the lookout for those, but hopefully in the future I will get the whole set. Next is this Quaker Oats promotional bowl and spoon. It says Quaker brings you the magic of Willow, and it is a spoon and a bowl kind of promotional merchandise for the movie. And if you guys watched my latest toy show vlog video that I did, you will see that I got this for $5 at the toy show. Found this randomly like under a table in a box, and I was so happy when I found it. I just love the cheesy artwork on here. I really do love promotional items and items that are, disposable, such as things like soaps or shampoo bottles and bubble bath bottles and whatnot, or fast food items items like fry containers, the old Jurassic Park cups, etc. Because those things are intended to be used, and it just makes them all the more rare. And then there are the promotional items, which require that extra effort to acquire the item. There's a limited amount of these items, and also it requires that extra effort. So, you know, it's like, oh, send in 20 Quaker Oats product stubs, you know, and then you can get this bowl and spoon. So it's just really cool how that person had to put effort into getting this. So it just makes this all the more special and rare, I believe. Next is the Willow game for the original Nintendo. I love the artwork on this game cartridge. I have not had a chance to play this yet. I have seen a little bit of walkthrough footage of what the game style is like and whatnot, and it looks really, really fun. But yeah, I still haven't had a chance to play it because I have two original Nintendos, one of which is definitely broken. I kind of just use it as a display piece, and the other one that I was using to play old games on, Muffin actually bit through the cord, so I'm so lazy. I haven't got around to replacing that cord yet. So I still intend on playing this game 100%, but it's just, I gotta get that cord. Then I actually found this book at a garage sale for like 25 cents. So this is Willow, based on the exciting new motion picture. So this is the kind of book directly from the movie. Absolutely love, love, love the artwork on here. Willow had such beautiful artwork, as you'll see in a second. Willow had really, really great artwork for its promotional merchandise in terms of its posters, its games and stuff, its books and whatnot. Even heck, its video games had amazing artwork, but it had some great artwork. I'm sorry, I'm like in the middle of burping. I'm not tearing up or anything, but it really did have some great artwork. And no exception is this little tiny book. It's amazing. Let me see it, Sorsha ordered. No, Willow cried. Don't let her! Sorsha shoved him aside with her boot. I gave you an order, woman! She grabbed at the baby. Mad Mardigan elbowed her away, knocking her off balance. The soldiers reached for their swords as their lieutenant pointed a dagger at Mad Mardigan's throat. Sorsha drove her own sword into the floor like a spike and pulled off her helmet. Her long, wild red hair tumbled down over her shoulders. Stunned by her unexpected beauty, Mad Mardigan stared. By glory, you're beautiful, he said, barely remembering to keep his voice high. And you're very strong, Sorsha answered, with a startled then suspicious look. Thank you, Mad Mardigan whispered, glancing down. Sorsha peered at him and frowned. Suddenly, she ripped away his kerchief and muffler. You're no woman, she snapped. Not a woman! Lug snarled. Mad Mardigan grinned guiltily. Gentlemen? Meet Lug. So this next item, I actually just made it myself because I thought it was such a funny idea. So if you've seen the movie, you'll be like, oh my god, it's so funny.
I'll throw it at you and turn you to stone.
Ooh, I'm really scared. There's a peck here with an acorn pointed at me!
So essentially this is a jar of magic acorns, and there's a little sign here and it says, do not use on pecks. And actually all the acorns have gone completely fungusy and disgusting. And if I open this, I'd probably unleash a disease that is not known to humankind. So I really do not want to open that. And the last item that I have that I absolutely love is the Willow game. So this game looks so freaking awesome. There's so much detail in here. I mean, like the artwork in here looks pretty good. It's a very, I don't really know what kind of game to equate it to because I really haven't played too many of these kind of a role-playing game kind of games. We have like all the main characters here on the front. We even got the two brownies here on the bottom. It just looks so freaking good. And the artwork looks amazing. I mean, Val Kilmer looks amazing. Willow looks exactly like himself. It's just such a great piece to display. From the creator of Star Wars and the designer of Star Wars, the role-playing game, comes the Willow game. In the Willow game, you take part of Willow, Mad Mardigan, Frangine, and Rule, which counts as one player, but that's the two brownies, Eric, Sorsha, or General Kale. As Sorsha or Kale, you must find the baby and return her to Knockmore Castle. As one of the others, you must carry the baby to safety or defeat Bad Morda. Travel through a magic land where fearsome foes, fabulous treasures, and fantastic adventure awaits you. Visit places of power. So the Willow game includes 144 treasure and transformation cards, illustrated in full color. A mounted full color game board depicting the land of Willow in gorgeous detail. 6 large full color laminated player cards. 12 plastic pointers. 6 plastic card stands. 2 plastic pawns. Cardstock display. Rules book. 2 dice. box with storage wells. So in the comments down below, please let me know what your favorite item is in my tiny little Willow collection here, and have you seen the 1988 Willow movie? And do you have any Willow memorabilia? Do you have any books? Do you have any games? Do you have any of the Tonka figures? Let me know! So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I come with new videos every week. Come check me out on social media and help spread the channel on Patreon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay legendary.